Hey, Unpaid Lunch listeners, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and ad-free as a Prime member on Amazon Music. Find us on social medias and YouTube at Unpaid Lunch. On your break today, what do we actually do when we call in sick? Andy P stands for solidarity and Mount Rushmore of jobs most likely to kill you. All right, time to clock out for lunch. Welcome into Paid Lunch, and thanks for spending your break with us. I'm Heavy D, and then back in studio, honestly, just the whole fucking crew. Really, just everybody's back. Rhino's back. Andy P's back. Wes fell from the ceiling. Monroe's always here. Key's here. There's everybody's in the house. Everybody's here.
There's 45 people.
There's 45 people here. So it's definitely. Can I say the most lit? Can I say that? Can I say the most lit?
I think so.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Oh God!
You're fired.
I told you. Listen. I told you. Standing up gives a whole new different vibe.
Yeah,
you're gonna say stuff you don't expect to say here.
So I'm sitting down. Andrew's standing in solidarity with Ryan's sciatica.
Yes.
So that's what's going on now.
I actually had to leave work early Tuesday because of it. So
Really?
yeah,
I feel like we're standing for a cause, standing for a purpose.
I'd like to point out that the morbid obesity, and I still have the best back.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
It's probably the insulation. It helps.
You think so?
I'm gonna be honest
Or
with you.
the
Every
fact
time
that
I
I
lose weight is when my back starts hurting.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's weird. Like as soon as I start losing weight, down in the back.
I need some fat back in my discs.
God, that was dirty. This is the dirtiest thing I ever heard you say on this podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah, everybody came back in hot, and everybody had weeks of.
Speaking of hot, my God, it's like a furnace in here. I'm dying.
It's not that hot.
I am dying right now.
Monroe, you're in a sweatshirt. Is it hot?
I'm in a hoodie. I'm good, bro.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know.
He's always in a hoodie.
He's in shorts.
It's 100 degrees outside. A kid's in a hoodie. I mean, it's
That's what he does. I don't think it's that hot. Ryan got up and stood up and walked around and raged and got mad, and then he was like, "It's super hot in here. It's burning up. Somebody do something about it."
Menopause.
I promise.
menopause.
If it could be colder in here, my wife would make it colder in here.
Listen,
I
we finally
promise
got
you
our
would.
air fixed, and I don't think the thermostat's been above 66 since we got that thing fixed.
Well, we've got
I'm
ours.
so grateful.
Ours
for
stays
it.
on 68
Yeah.
year round, and right now it's on like 71 and won't go below 71.
That's tragic.
Yeah, but it's cold. I mean, it's cold in the whole house except
I've
for in
told
here.
everybody in
You
my
say.
house forever. I'm like, you can put layers on. I can't peel flesh off.
Yeah, that's
it's
how
just
I feel
the way
too.
it is.
That's why I prefer winter. I can always put a jacket on. Skin, the Rick and Morty. Love that. Just ripping the skin off. You know what we're talking about? So I wish you guys could see that Rhino found the belts, and right now he's asking to be acknowledged. And he found my son's. They're not replicas. He found my son's titles. And
yeah.
what titles? What do you got? The Intercontinental?
No, these.
And the-
no.
Oh, those are the ones that Roman has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One of them's universal.
Well, we acknowledged you. You happy?
Well, thank you. Yes. Yes.
This is the tribal chief of shit.
Out of nowhere, Jey Uso comes and kicks him.
That's Wes. What? Jey Uso's going to kick Rhino? He might.
Wes is in your city.
This just popped out of nowhere. He was sharing a mic with Monroe, but he said fuck it and pulled the mic to himself. So he said
mine.
Monroe don't get no mic.
It's mine.
Is Monroe the guest who's been on the most? I mean, other
Yeah.
than us, right? Mm-hmm. Just because and I guess we don't even count. There's probably like 3 episodes you were just here and didn't say anything.
I just like to hang out, bro.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you say, as in like the guest that's been here the most. Like if you're talking about actively on a mic, yeah, then probably.
Yeah.
I'd say Key's probably. Been
Oh
here
yeah,
more than
Key's
anybody.
here. Probably like 18 episodes. Or
Every
19.
bit of it, easily.
Yeah.
easily.
Both of them have been here more than I have. So.
Still don't know how to use a fucking
That's
mic.
fair. Me and you both.
Well, if we record after 9 o'clock, I'm like, oh fuck, Andrews. If I haven't talked to you yet, I'm like, he's just asleep.
Hey, You know, I try.
No,
by 9:30, I'm usually unconscious.
I know,
sitting
and
up
I'm never
somewhere.
and I'm never upset about it. I'm like it's past 9 o'clock. I was like, we were running late tonight. Andy P's not gonna be here. He's asleep. He's got to work tomorrow. Well, so what's funny is, and it's in flavor is, our jobs like fluctuate so much because of everything, like just in between jobs and everything we do. Like we don't know what our schedule was, so we were recording Sunday nights before. That was perfect because I was off on Mondays, and it was like you were off on Mondays or didn't work till late or something. And everything looked good, but the champ always works on Mondays.
Yeah, I always work on Mondays.
The champ always works on Mondays.
The thing is, I don't mind doing Sunday nights. Sunday nights don't bother me.
Just in case you guys don't know, we usually record Saturday or Sunday nights, and then we'll do the editing and release it for everybody on Monday morning. But that's fluctuated, and we recorded whenever.
Have we ever recorded anything earlier than a Saturday?
We recorded Friday, didn't we?
Yeah.
Did we?
I think we recorded Friday. I don't know, man. It all blends together.
I mean, and I'm just saying we're ultimately like slackers. We're always going to do this at the last possible minute.
Oh,
Yeah, early on, we started editing a week beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
that was the
Somebody-
worst.
Raising my own hand here. Just literally wouldn't do it until the day before anyway. So then we just kind of,
Yeah, because we were always a week in advance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't working because it was like the editing was silly because we had to do the editing all week and then do it again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
To be fair,
We're not professionals.
we also just quit editing as much as we were.
Yeah, yeah, that made a difference
Stop
too.
fucking up, guys.
Yeah, we cut whole people out of episodes lately, so we got better at that. That like when people are just on the episodes, you don't even know that we had a guest. We just cut them completely out.
That's what it kind of feels sometimes. I feel like I get cut out a lot. No, actually, I'm just laying at home, unable to move.
I think it's just twice.
Have I missed two?
I don't know.
I'm
I've not missed any.
three. Yeah, you've not missed any.
Studios in my house. It's tough.
I feel like it's a pretty good segue, though.
Feels good. It is. We're talking about
No, come on. Hit the button.
sick days. Was my applause in? It wasn't me. It's Andrew missed it. Andrew or Wes. Everybody was there. He pressed. Thank you, Andrew.
Everybody's just going to hit the button all at one time.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Oh God. Oh,
Where's the button?
I gotta quit doing this. You've been asking that your whole life, ain't you, bub? Oh. Wait, hold on. There's. Oh no, that's not it.
I think both of them work.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Those
Both are
work.
functionally appropriate.
Sick days, right? So whenever you call in and you, you're not allowed to touch it anymore. You know who doesn't do that, Monroe?
Sorry.
It's it upside down now. Yeah, go ahead, fuck with it. I'm not even gonna cut any of this.
Nope.
Just fix it.
Yeah, it's just fixing it. You gotta be in studio more, Wes. You gotta know what's going on. I guess that don't really help because Keisha did the same thing.
Yeah, it really don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So what is asking Rhino things like questions like this when we have the episodes that's like, what did you do when you called in? Like we're subordinate and there's not even like a situation. It doesn't really even like apply to him.
So has all of his PTO and everything.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, I actually don't have PTO right now. It's weird. I've got like one day.
well, yeah, just because your legs don't work like they used to before.
You're pretty
Ed.
much debilitated. No, one thing I do love about sick days, when you manage 25 people, you hear a lot of good excuses, though.
Yeah.
There's like some really good solid ones. And then there's other ones. Like, I appreciate the person that's just straight up honest.
Yeah.
Like, just be honest.
That's where I've got lately. Like I didn't used to be there, obviously, but like now, like I call like workforce management, and they're like, "What's your reasoning?" I'm like, "I don't want to go to work." And they're
Well,
like, "Was
I've
some
got-
sick time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
I've got one employee that when she messages me, I'm pretty much almost guaranteed I know she's going to leave early most of the time
Yeah.
because she don't need a whole lot. She's very efficient in what she does. She listens to the show, so she knows I'm going to be talking about her here, but I'm perfectly fine with it. She leaves early a lot of days because she door dashes
Oh yeah,
down in Florida, and she makes 10 times more money than what I can pay her.
yeah.
So if she messages me and she's like, I'm probably going to have to leave early. I'm like, if you got a sweet gig and you got a lot of places to hit, get out.
Yeah, because they send you like texts and shit, and like in this area needed.
Like, listen, if the map's blowing up and she can go make that money, go. I know she told me she went down to Miami one day, and I was like, oh, cool, you went on vacation? She's like, we went to Dash. It's like, for real.
Just
She's
go
like,
in there and make
made
shit.
a killing in like 24 hours.
That's
And
awesome.
then just hung out.
tourism kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, where does she live at?
And like the areas are like around a location called the Land.
I know
So
what you're talking about.
they're down there in that general area, but like
It's call center country.
yeah.
Yeah, it's call center country.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
it's just call centers. There's like fucking just as
That's
far as
a
the eye can see.
killing DoorDash, and I was like, man, I wish everything
I bet
wasn't
you
like
fucking do. It's just call centers.
freaking miles away here. You know, like you ain't gonna make no money
Yeah,
just because
so
of gas here.
There's money to be made in like Norton and stuff. Like they make all right, but they don't make a ton
not
of
like
money.
that.
No,
like,
not like that.
She made bills
Not like that.
one
Yeah.
weekend.
Well,
Not like that.
When we go to Orlando, like,
Yeah.
that's all we did.
You gotta lean into the mic.
When we went to Orlando, that's all we would do.
Yeah.
We wouldn't go out to eat. We would just chill
Yeah,
at the pool,
everybody
and
does.
Yeah.
Literally, it was like every meal was DoorDash.
It's definitely the
Yeah.
best way to do it. I mean,
So if she
is
like
what it
if
is.
she messages me,
That's what we
she's
are.
like, hey, do you care if I leave at 4?
You know?
yeah.
Or I'm not gonna be in tomorrow, I've got a good dashing schedule. I'm like, bye, go. Just be honest about it.
I would rather dash 10-1 under the, and it's just awful. You hate it?
I don't like people, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
Oh, no,
the good
they
thing about
don't
DoorDash.
drop
You
it
don't
at
have to
your
deal with
door.
people.
Well, okay.
You don't even have to deal with people at all.
Yeah,
Well, you
you-
have to deal with the restaurants.
Yeah, you probably.
But you don't have to deal with
you
the
do
actual
actually- You do
end
get
user.
people though that are like, I want to make sure you got it. No, don't. The whole point of it's not to talk to you.
Isn't it like they take a picture and text it to the...
Yeah, but sometimes they don't do that.
Not all the time.
But yeah, you hear a lot of shit too when you're a manager, like with the people's
yeah.
reasons.
Some of
and-
the craziest cooked up excuses,
And you're like-
system issues, tech issues.
Why you gonna make your life so complicated? Just
It was that much
I
worse
shit
when
my
I was at
pants.
GameStop. I'm like, listen, just be honest with me. I'm giving you shit hours, and you don't want to use them this week. You want to go do something more important? Fine,
Yeah.
go.
I get it.
You know, this is normally like every job I've ever had, except for the current one. I'm awful about calling in, leaving, doing whatever. Because if I don't want to work,
Yeah.
then there's nothing that I'm going to be able to tell myself or do to convince myself to do
Oh, yeah.
otherwise. I'm just fuck no.
It's funny because your current job directly affects you if you miss.
Hey, you know what's funny? I also live in the exact town that I work in, so if I just walk outside, I'm kind of at work.
Excuse me,
so
you
it
ain't
doesn't really
seen-
work whenever everybody has to drive by
Yeah.
my house all day long.
Listen, I run into Nathaniel at least 3 times a week, so I know you do. Like even if you're not there, like you're going to run into him.
Yeah, you've done good at this job, not calling in at all.
My pay stubs say I've got like 80 hours, which I've convinced myself is a lie, so I don't touch any of it. Because I don't want any of that time. I don't want any vacation. None of it. Don't tell me.
I don't blame you.
I can't imagine them giving great PTO.
You know, honestly,
I feel
whatever.
like you could
It's
just
getting
call
better. Everything's
Yeah.
getting better.
I think you. I mean,
Our city hall is literally moving into a funeral home. That's fucking awesome.
yeah,
Is
I'm
he
impressed with
really?
it.
Yeah, man.
Dude, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
That's like, for me, that's the craziest. Like, that's the
I was
craziest.
wondering because it's
plan.
about time for them to have to give up that FEMA building. Like I'm surprised they haven't came calling
the school
today
ran them
yet.
off.
Oh, is that what ultimately ended up
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, so
Get your command center out of our parking
Yeah.
lot.
So the Board of Education sends a certified letter to the mayor saying you've got until the end of the month to get the trailer out of the parking lot. Then the mayor responds and puts something in the paper. I don't even know. I didn't read it or whatever. And then they backed off of it a little bit and they were like, hey, we realized that we kind of looked a little shitty. So we'll give you guys a little bit more time. But the people that actually have to come in and move the trailer were like, no, fuck that. We're not going to like pay somebody to keep moving this and setting it back up if we're going to have to come back out in a few months later and then pay somebody to set it up, you know, all that. So they're like, no. So,
Every time I pass that trailer, it looks like the trailer from Predator 2. You know, when
It
they're
is.
trying to
Yeah.
with Gary Busey, and they're like, kill him now. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, because of the flood, City Hall, our town City Hall is in like FEMA buildings. They're exactly the buildings from the Call of Duty games.
It also reminds me a whole lot of the first Avatar. The one they drive, like fly up in the mountains and drop it off. That's what it kind of looks like.
Dustin's never watched it.
Still the only
You've
person.
still never seen
only
Avatar.
person on Earth, baby, ain't seen it. Am I the only person in the room? Hell yeah, that's hot.
He
I like that.
religiously refused.
That's elite. Feel elite.
Now I just feel like you're doing it because you feel like it makes you look
Oh,
edgy.
I'm definitely doing it because it makes me look edgy.
how dare you?
It feels edgy right now.
It's just disappointing.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's not too late.
Yeah, I feel like it's too late.
It's never too late.
It's so long. There's so much. Can't you just tell
You
me
watch
what
so
happens?
much more shit that's longer than that.
Yeah, but I watch shit I want to watch. I've seen Ferngully.
This is not Ferngully.
It's a lot like
It's
Ferngully.
You said it
Not
like it was
Ferngully.
one word.
Ferngully. Ferngully. Yeah, it was almost like one syllable.
Ferngully.
Ferngully.
What's funny is after this, you're going to watch 4 hours of Gordon Ramsay reruns that you watched before. So, you know.
Or Force
Oh
Empire.
man, I don't know
Or
why
he
you call
watches
me out.
Ferngully.
You gotta call me out on that.
I just want,
Andy P knows that I literally just watch Gordon Ramsay shit that I've already seen. Literally, like he said, all day long, like at work, YouTube. It's just Gordon Ramsay clips playing, and I've literally seen every single piece. I've seen a show called Gordon Ramsay on cocaine. Right? It is not, however, what you think it is.
I would say not.
It is Gordon Ramsay talking to people who manufacture cocaine.
So it's him on the topic of cocaine.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just misleading.
I don't
That's
know if
clickbaity.
he-
I don't like it.
Yeah,
Off it.
yeah. Have you met him? He's
I
real
want to see the
clickbaity.
man make 60 burgers at once.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
And eat them all.
And slap people with them.
And yell at
Talk
himself
the whole
about them.
time.
That's all my favorite stuff. That's why I watch it. Fuck you, man. For calling me out.
Just keeping it real.
God. He's right. But I've called in before for shows.
So in the past, if I'm like stomach virus dying, I'm not going to call in and use a sick day. But now, like over the last 2 years, I fully endorse mental health days. There's just some days I'm like, nope.
Well, your mental health has probably been the worst it's ever been in the last 2 years.
Yeah, the
That's why
last
you
2
have to-
years has been bad. So there's just some days I wake up and I'm just like, no.
Your brain has made you
Functionally
Yeah.
not progressing today. Like, we're not leaving this room.
Getting old school.
I called in Tuesday, bro.
Yeah. I called in Tuesday. Have I called in this week? I left early this week. Legitimate reasons. Not sick day. But I didn't have any PTO, so it's fun.
Last couple of sick days I took, like functional sick days, was like me going through like my hypochondria.
Yeah.
Like thinking I had cancer again.
You might.
I might. But, I mean, I very well could. I think I've learned something though. A lot of it is my anxiety medication effing me up like royally because like my leg, for some reason, when I start taking Celexa, just starts hurting.
I'm sure that's fine.
It's weird. I thought I had a blood clot last time. When they're like, "You have no blood clots, you're fine." I'm like, "Well, something's fucked up. Something's wrong."
Doesn't feel great.
Came off of Celexa, didn't take it for a month and a half, started taking it again. Legs hurting in the same spot. So I'm like, it's probably this damn medication. Or another blood clot. I need to go back to the doctor.
Or a blood clot.
Some kind of weird gland or something.
I need to
Wes,
go
what's
back.
the wildest thing you've ever done when you called in and said you were sick?
I don't really know the wildest thing, but I always had you as an excuse.
What the fuck?
Well, no, because I would always say that I had internet problems.
Oh, yeah.
You lived a couple houses above me. They would immediately call you, and you'd be like, "Yeah, there's internet problems."
Ryan is burning up. Don't give me your sweat.
So I always
God, I
had
hate it here.
We all sweat together. We sweat
I
the
hate it
same
here.
sweat.
Listen, I'm not making up the heat issue in this
You're
room right
burning
now.
up. It's not that hot. Wes, you never left and went and got drunk in the parking lot?
Did that at work.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, you would not have called in for that scenario.
No.
You would have got drunk there.
I'm sitting here. I lifted my shirt up over my fat gut, and I realized Keisha came back in. I was afraid she's going to start taking pictures, so I started pulling my shirt back down real fast. I was like, I do not need my fat gut
Keisha's
on
our-
Instagram.
Keisha's a photographer too. I was at work one time and told him I was sick, and instead of going home, I went to Rhino's and got a steak, and then went to the movies and watched John Wick 2.
Wasn't
was
this
awesome.
with?
Yep.
Yeah, we've discussed this
And
before.
Andy P. Yeah.
Yep.
Or no,
Nope,
Andy.
that's Andy P.
Andy.
Satterwhite.
S. Anderson.
Colorado, Andy?
No, that's Terry.
Harry.
Shout out Terry Mitchell, not the dad Terry Mitchell, the other one.
This is just getting really confusing and convoluted.
I think that's most of everything. It feels like no, but We left. We decided we were gonna say we were sick, and we all left and went and got steak and went to the movies, and it was the greatest day ever.
And just
It was the greatest sick day. Andrew has a sick day that had more of an effect than that.
Oh, I've been fired for sick days
Yeah,
a couple of times, but you know, whatever.
yeah. We've been there down that road, and I think the big thing is just stop telling people you're sick. Just tell them why you don't want to be there.
I touch
Should be a
it.
sick
The
day, yeah.
honesty thing, like, just hit me with it. Just tell me what's going on. I appreciate it a billion times more.
You know when I've called in sick consistently every year, like middle of August when Madden comes out.
Yeah.
Like every year, I think I called in sick. Every time Madden comes out.
Used to, once upon a time, video games had that type of real impression on probably the work industry.
Yeah.
You know, the number one most called in day of the year, right? Y'all know what that is, right? Come on. Nobody? Day after Super Bowl.
Oh, right.
That
yeah.
is the most unilaterally called in day.
That's why it should be on Saturday.
Yeah. That's why I don't know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, too, back in the day with video games and stuff, like, there was a time where we waited in line for video games. We couldn't get them streamed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody was there. They call in for that.
I will listen.
Gotta camp out for 12
Oh
hours.
my God, I've had Call of Duty launches where I got out of there at 5:30 in the morning and I had to be right back to open up the business at 10 o'clock.
I actually remember those.
That'd get you fired if you called in sick that day.
Oh, you get fired
You get fired if
instantly.
you call in sick that day.
Well, I had one that just didn't show. We've talked about this before. It didn't show up for me on Black Friday. There's just some days you can't do it. That's the
Yeah.
other part. There's like the unwritten rule: you don't do it on Black Friday.
Yeah,
You're in
for
retail.
sure. 100%.
You're at that's
That's
career suicide. You're gone.
It's one of those mandatory holidays. You gotta be there.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Yo,
be the
they're
only
gone.
guy
Gotta
to
get you
call
fired in the call center world too. If
You're
you
gone.
call in season like that.
Oh yeah, during blackout times, gone.
When we have like prime days. If you call in during prime days, you're in trouble. Black Friday too, you know, always. But yeah, I don't have any like extreme stories about calling in sick. Other than both of us that time we went to Tennessee.
Yeah.
In the cabin, both called in sick.
Yeah, I tried to flex a little bit harder than I should have against them, but
Well,
you know, happens.
That's probably
The second time, though, like, you know, I was legitimately sick, and they instituted that fun new policy that we have about double occurrences around holidays.
Ah, yeah.
So July the 5th
now there's like
got me next.
ultimate sick days, right? Because there's like FMLA and like all the
You
leveled
got all
up shit of that.
Well, when the call center, for a while, they've just recently started doing away with it. They used to have a thing that was called Life Happens, and I thought that was the coolest thing they ever done. It's like, all right, you got 2 hours a month where, fuck it.
If you think they don't count against you,
They
and,
do away with that?
yeah, they just done away with it the other day.
I do remember someone calling in sick. It wasn't me, but I was involved in the story. It was Travie.
Oh yeah,
We decided to go to the lake house in Cherokee. While we were there, he didn't call in like I did. You know, I already had the days off. So he decided that when we stopped at the gas station on the way to the lake, that he was going to call in. What he did was he shoved newspaper up both nostrils to sound like he was congested.
Jesus.
He thought that was going to work, and said that he was deathly ill. He had the flu. He couldn't quit coughing.
Listen, even if he was listening right now, I will still say this, and I'll say this till the day I die. Travie, I love you, but you're the dumbest smart guy I ever met in my life.
God, dude,
It gets better.
no, I think he knows that.
So he calls in, what have you. About 10 hours later, his grandmother calls. She's like, Travie, you know, your work called looking for you. He said they need you to come in. He said, well, where'd you tell him I was? She said, well, I told him you was at the lake. You went to the lake house with your friends.
Oh, shit.
Immediately,
Jesus.
the dude just hung up and looked at me and said, I'm fired.
Oh man, there's so many scenarios. When Travie, we were directly involved with Travie getting fired another time. Do you remember when he got drunk at your house?
Oh,
And he
my
lost his
God.
car keys.
Yeah.
We were directly involved in. He worked for workforce management, and we were directly involved in him getting fired there because he just showed up trashed to Weston's house. Like
Me and Dusty, Dusty was home at his house, and I wasn't drinking.
And he couldn't find his car. The next morning, he couldn't find his car keys. And he
That
missed the meeting.
happened. I think it was your grandpa's trailer. You remember that one night? So we all got drunk up at Wes's house one night, and Travis is a fiend. It's just he is what he is. So we always game planned around.
Love him to death. We didn't have him on the.
So there's this steep hillside. He had a Mustang GT at the time, or whatever it was.
Fucking black one.
It was the silver one he had at the time.
yeah.
The one that said Silver Bullet on the
Yeah.
back of it.
So the hillside fell off. There's no driving, like even a pickup truck at that point in time down that hillside, let alone a Mustang GT, right? So we put one side of his car, the hillside, and then boxed him in on all three other sides with vehicles, right? He gets trashed. All of us, we're at the point where we're all about ready to pass out, and we get up and we look, and Travis is gone. He's left. No vehicles have been moved, and we don't know how he got out. I don't think I can imagine he's just Dukes of Hazzard that car off that hillside. He had to have.
I feel like I said, we've talked about calling in plenty of times, but the sick day specifically, what I've done with my day instead of going to work when it should have been, I'm just hanging out. Not really big on attendance. it's apparent.
So there are some days though, like when you're so sick, I'd rather just be at work.
Yeah, that's
than
true.
feeling that bad.
Yeah,
that's miserable. True. But I've also went to work feeling that bad and that miserable before too, and I was like, damn, I should have called in.
I mean, long story short, I guess is just call in anyway. It's fine.
I always call
just say it's a sick day.
It's your time.
It's your time.
They buy that time off of you.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Damn, I like that.
Be my time.
Unless you work for one of those shitty companies, it's like, had to be pre-planned, and they don't let you use your time. Then
That's
you don't
how everybody
get
feels.
paid for it.
Can't stop me, yo. Today's episode is brought to you by Vandalay Industries. Since 1992, Art Vandalay has been New York's #1 importer and exporter of latex and latex-related goods. Currently hiring for latex salesmen. Apply in person only. Now back to the show. Well, fuck.
Do what?
That happens all the time.
What'd she say?
We come back in recording and Keith's just screaming about some shit. That happens all the time. That's all right. God. Hey, welcome back in, hustlers. We're back on the other side in studio with everybody. Key's here, of course, and the dynamic duo of Wes and Monroe are facing me and Rhino. So that's great.
It's really unsettling.
Yeah, I really don't like them. So we're gonna do Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore of jobs most likely to kill you. All right, who wants to go? You all want me to go first? You all want to flip for it to go first? It's me and Rhino, and then Monroe and Wes are together, and Andrew. Andrew's prep work is just sitting here thinking about.
Hey, I
it.
just show up.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Andrew's Mount Rushmores are my favorite because he just comes up with them off the top of his fucking head, and I'm like, all week, I'm like, which ones am I going?
I say we'll let him rock the mic first.
You want to do the first one?
Oh, sure.
Jobs most likely to kill you.
4 out of the bucket, but yeah, I can pull some out.
Yeah, okay.
Off the rip.
And you go. You just go with one. You just say one.
Go with one?
Yeah, you just say one.
Man.
And we'll go around.
Yeah, see, I don't even know what I'm doing, so I didn't know that's how we were playing.
Yeah, I got you.
Like wind turbine repairman.
Wind turbine repairman.
Yeah,
He's right. That's I kind of got one that's similar, so I hope that don't fucking affect mine.
That's
you're
hot.
Super high
So-
in the air, and you're dealing with a giant spinning fucking blade. So it just
And
seems
you're
like
not
a lot
Tony
of things.
Stark.
Yeah,
And
and,
you're
yeah.
Probably super fucking like hot up there.
Yeah, and gravity, man. Gravity's the
Fucking
thing.
gravity.
You get up there, you got one wrench to work on everything, and you drop it. What are you gonna do?
Rhino
You might as
with
well
the
go
deep
home.
cuts.
Hope nobody's down below.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
What'd you say?
Like the Tony Stark part, nobody even got it.
No.
So first Avengers, right?
Yeah.
The whole turbine goes down on their floating fortress, and Tony has to get inside of it and start
yeah.
speeding it up. Going,
Yeah.
come on.
Come on, guys. Remember? 'cause
Yeah.
It's
What
horizontal,
losers?
vertical.
Yeah, we're the losers in this comparison.
Reverse polarity or some shit like that. So you can
He
get out
asked
of it.
Cap if he found the lever. He's like, it seems to run on some sort of electricity.
Do you guys want to go? Do you want me to go? You want to go this way?
Go ahead.
All right. My first one is Man, you know what? Seems to just be musician. Because it seems like if you're a professional musician, you just eventually kill yourself on drugs.
If you think that they're killing themselves.
What, man?
The Illuminati comes
hold
due, man.
on.
Listen,
Here we go.
27 Club.
I think Kurt Cobain 100% did it. Okay, I think that man.
But you think, all right, so I know, like, or if you're talking about,
think there's a lot of weird shit going around Cornell.
like Anthony, fuck. Man, like everybody that dies is involved somehow in the shutting the ring of sex trafficking down.
I mean, it's awkward.
That was going to be one of my an investigator into the Epstein trials. You know,
Or any investigation against the Clintons.
Jesus. I feel
the
like
funniest shit during the whole election, it would be like so and so set to testify against Hillary Clinton. 2
Okay.
weeks later,
Right.
so and so had a suspicious heart attack.
Ate a soup of rat poison.
all right, so either way, if you're a musician and you get on drugs and you die that way, or you
Or if
find out about Epstein,
drugs are injected into you
regardless
against your own will.
Illuminati music or not, musician is mine. Is my number one. Not number one. They're no particular order. It's Mount Rushmore, right? There's no particular order of them, just the four.
So the one, I'll go ahead and go next. The one that always got me, and it did, like in real life, like no, like goofy shit behind it, like for real. Like I don't know how anybody does this job because of the life expectancy against it. Underwater welder.
Oh, yeah.
These dudes don't live to like 45, 50 years old. And
Yeah.
they have like 6 heads like grown out of their back, out of their spinal column. Like shit. Like
the training's wild
you
as
get
fuck for it,
cancer.
right?
You're just going to get cancer.
It's
going to
like
happen.
you work 8 to 10 years, right?
Yeah.
That's their expectancy.
They're like, we're going to pay you $280,000 a year, $300,000 a year. I was like, cool.
Yo,
I'm only going to live another 10
It'd
years,
be
but
super
awesome.
cool.
It's really freaking cool.
Yeah,
it's
it's really
awesome.
Fire underwater.
You gonna
is
die.
cool. Right? Fire underwater is just cool.
You going to die. It's going to
I
happen.
think I know somebody who was one. Like, I don't think it's still what he does because I think he got on drugs. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we know who we're talking about. We can just lock eyes and we know
Man.
who we're talking about. Oh no, I didn't know that.
I don't know about the drugs part, but I know that one did.
Oh, is that who? Okay, I know somebody else. Oh, I guess I didn't know that. Get fucked.
Everyone just kind of nodding. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so you underwater. Okay, team Munwes, West Row.
Team mess.
All right. I got one. I've been thinking about this really hard. Being the cameraman for one of Alec Baldwin's movies.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, that's real.
I think it's kind of mean.
It's real.
I like it though. I approve the pick. Whatever happened with that? Did they settle?
Oh, they settled. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
they
fucking
settled.
shot a guy.
He was
Big
found
time.
innocent. Now, I think the props
in
supervisor is going
He
to get through some litigation and stuff now. But
Yeah, they found out like she was drunk right before
feel
she
like we
came on
talked
set
about
to
this.
press the guns.
no,
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like that should have been a nominee on one of our lunchies, though. 100%.
Yeah, that's probably true.
We missed that one.
Well, can't win them all, Rhino.
No, we can't, but
Win them all.
we can do better.
Back to you, Andy P. You got
Just because it's topical and I'm a damn nerd, UFO whistleblower.
hey, that's probably true, ain't it?
Yeah, especially like before they, drop the laws to protect everything.
So, I
I shouldn't have even said it.
think we're gonna have a whole. This is gonna be a whole thing now. I feel like
I'm not even
feel
going to
like
talk about it.
we should cut to ourselves in 3 weeks when we have just an episode about aliens
Yeah, it's coming.
because we're gonna have somebody on who chases UFOs or something. Is that a thing? Like
I don't know any of them, but I'm sure.
sure we can find them. The interwebs. Wes knows some. It's like fucking Wes knows some people. But yeah, you think the people that spilled the actual beans about UFOs are going to be in trouble?
Yeah, man, I think they've been killing people for a fucking long time.
Yeah.
And it's just nowadays, information moves so quick and
They
everything's
even
so
said
transparent.
that though in the Congress meeting that
Yeah, people have
died.
been harmed 100%. Yeah.
Well, feels real safe. Feels good. Yeah, aliens are real. Tom DeLonge told us. So everybody knows.
He was right all along.
He was right all along. So I like that one. So mine is, and we have to talk about this one and see if this one works because it's close to yours. 5G tower workers, right? Because I talked to a guy one time and I got snowed in at a hotel at actually while I was at work actually, and I talked to a guy who was a 5G tower worker, and he was like, "Man, you take like 2 gallons of water up there with you, and it evaporates in the jug." It's like, so you have to drink it like super fast because you get dehydrated like triple as quick as like if you weren't up there.
I'm sure it's great for everybody around it. I'm sure
That's what he said. And you can only work in like 2-hour increments or whatever is all they'll let you work in them.
That's what's going to bring rise to Skynet.
No, that's the superconductors and shit.
Fucking no. We got to get.
We're going to have to create some type of AI that can do that job more efficiently, and they're going to turn the 5G against us.
Create some sort of AI that can talk about AI with Andrew.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's not a good thing. I got too many bad ideas.
Yeah. Well, something that's going to kill us, right? 5G or the superconductor or aliens. So that's fine.
It'll just be the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's super convenient that that's all like all at once. Suddenly, we're going to have major artificial intelligence. We have a superconductor, and there's aliens. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm sure it's unrelated. Yeah.
It's fine. At least we had some podcast episodes before we all died.
The first fucking saucer I see, it's off. I'm not going back into work. I'm done.
Yo,
it's a different game.
Ultimate sick day.
It's a different game.
Go get a saucer. Rhino.
This one's going to be a little bit edgy and maybe a little bit desensitized, and I apologize, but the Bowflex repair guy that's called out on an emergency call to Chris Benoit's house.
No, that's too much. That's too much. No.
No, well, I thought it might work.
No.
I appreciate it.
Seems like a tough job. Spouse to Benoit family.
It's
Yeah,
all Eddie Guerrero's fault.
Yeah, would you like his kid who looks just fucking like it and the kid that's alive?
have you seen he's like been asking for him to get into the Hall of Fame? I'm like, kid, I don't think
I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they can include the whole thing. That's the entrance music that plays all the time, though.
Let's start playing No Chance in Hell.
God, that one's tough. That one's tough.
I like it. rolling
Wes,
with
y'all
it.
got another one, Monroe?
This one kind of just came to me. What about the Buffalo Bills safety? Shut up, Lamar Hamlin.
Yo, that was scary, right? That was wild as
That
fuck.
was real, bro.
Oh, that's terrible. Just NFL safeties.
That might have been the worst
Seems-
thing I've ever seen on television live.
Yeah, man. When he got up and then fell back down,
It was
that was
so
the
bad.
wildest thing. Did you
was
ever see the
so
clips
bad.
of it when he literally just like he got hit, or he didn't even get hit really. He was in on a tackle and stood up, and like what was so scary about it is like he stood up and take a step, and then he just like zombied.
Have you seen Kill Bill 2?
No. I'm
Oh,
not really a
we gotta change
Tarantino
that.
guy, man.
See, so I was
weird.
immediately going to the
weird.
5-point exploding heart technique because that's
over the
basically
top.
what it looked like.
Feet, too many feet.
Too many
Yeah.
feet.
Too many
Too over the
feet.
You
top.
can't take the feet. Yeah, I get it. That makes sense.
And listen, Uma Thurman's got some fugly feet, man.
Yeah, that was weird that her feet were in the movie a lot.
Yeah, they fugly.
So far, how many? Who's up? You got okay. That was good. That was terrible. You got another one?
Fuck, no.
No, got another one.
I should have prepared.
Andy skips a turn. You want to steal one off my list?
No, I'll get one in a minute.
Okay.
I'll round it out.
School teacher.
Shit. Wow. Be
Rural,
more specific. School teacher in Texas.
Texas school teacher. Small town.
Yeah.
Wooden doors. You guys can just move on if you like.
Podcaster in Heavy D's house if he doesn't get this freaking air situation fixed right now. I'm about to freaking stroke out and start blacking out and killing people in here.
I promise.
I'm gonna start with the kids first.
Unpaid lunch podcast guest. Podcast host. You gonna die from heat stroke?
I'm dying.
Heat stroke kills you here.
I'm dying.
Is that your pick?
Yeah,
You guys got another one?
it's worse than
Yeah,
freaking
we always got
5G.
another one.
Huh?
We always got another one.
Do it.
Porn in the
Worse than
70s.
5G in here. Porn in the 70s. Jesus. That's too much.
Movie X.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
Holmes. Was it
Yeah,
the 70s?
like, yeah, that's 70s. Like,
What? Noise stopped.
I don't
Isn't that
know.
weird?
It was the Xbox.
It's a weird noise stopped. It's a lot quieter in here
It
now.
was me.
They're,
Yeah. Your
all
AI was
dead.
It
running.
was my
Yeah,
motor.
something
The
happened.
motor was running.
they're all dead,
It's
but
okay.
it's not from old age.
Hope there's an
The
EMP.
fan. It was the fan.
You can't really catch what you already got, though. Right?
I hope there's an EMP soon to shut it all down anyway.
What is this, Red Dawn?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Do it.
That would work.
Wolverines!
Back around to you.
Nope.
I got one. That's
Let's
okay. That's all right. My last one. I guess it's my last one, right?
Well, I think we can wrap here so I can go outside and lay
You're gonna die.
and die.
All right. Dentist. Do you know
Oh, yeah.
dentist is the number
It's
one?
the highest suicide rate of any position. Male
Why
dentist.
is that? Why is that?
I don't know.
All
But
right.
it is though. It is the highest recorded suicide rate of any
Just
position.
fucking teeth, man. You think it's just because
And it's
teeth are weird?
specifically male dentist. Male dentist is the highest suicide rate of any position.
What's the difference in a dentist and a dental hygienist?
Dental hygienist, I think, just cleans,
Oh.
right? Whereas the dentist can actually do,
Procedures and
take your teeth out and
diagnose.
write a prescription.
Seems like you just keep going and do that. I mean, I know you be a doctor.
I think
and
it's like
shit.
basically like psychiatrist, psychologist type of thing. I don't know.
Last pick, Wes and Monroe's last pick.
Being the wife of Henry VIII.
Boo. Hit the wow, wow, wow.
Is that this one?
Yeah.
That one didn't land.
That one didn't land.
That's all right. Oh, he's gonna replace it. Do we let him? We're gonna vote.
Would you let me?
This motherfucker's over
Yeah,
here.
I don't care.
Googling
What do you
shit.
got?
He's Googling.
Is he
shit.
googling it?
He's Googling.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
He's got
He's already
notes.
got it down.
All
That's
right,
fine.
He's got notes.
Chernobyl cleanup crew.
Hey, that's real shit.
that seemed that fucking. I know the show didn't like doing everything justice,
Oh,
but
yeah. The HBO show?
yeah,
It's so
It was
good.
fucking
Yeah.
brutal. It
I
did it
loved it.
justice, I think.
But like
So good.
the actual cleanup crew, they're like, all right, we're gonna pay you guys to come in and fix all this and clean it up.
well, they got called in
6,000
like
people.
immediately. Yeah,
6,000 people died from that.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like halfway across Europe. I had friends that their parents were in the military and they were very young, like 1-2 years old at that point in time. They're not allowed to donate blood ever.
oh, that makes sense.
Like they were
Yeah.
countries over
That's
from
kinda
Chernobyl,
wild.
Yeah.
and they're not allowed to donate blood
It's,
because
it's like the employees of the DuPont factory.
That's kind of wild, though. I never even thought about that. I guess, and they
Yep.
can't donate the blood.
wind and stuff. There was concerns.
Good Mount Rushmore, guys. Good show. That was fun, everybody. I'm gonna hit the applause. I've done that too much this episode, I think. And the applause too many times. Good show, though. Thanks everybody for being here. That was fun. Remember, guys, follow us on Instagram. We're gonna post like the Mount Rushmore list on Instagram on the teams and what we picked. Follow us on there for all the exclusive picks and stuff. And then Patreon has even more exclusive stuff. You follow us on there. We post usually the previews to the episodes and then like the stuff and behind the scenes stuff that you can catch. Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Fans
It's just pictures of Uma Thurman's feet.
It's just Tarantino clips. Oh, yeah, guys.
Bruce Willis's terrible hairpiece in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, Rip Bruce Willis. I know he's not dead yet, but he might as well
He's not.
be.
He's there.
He's in really bad shape. All right, guys. Y'all got anything else?
No sir.
Hey, remember, ain't nobody stopping you from quitting your job, but you.